Uh, Good morning, participants. Welcome to the last day of the Faculty Entrepreneurship Development Program. Today, there are only one or two topics we thought we'll share it with you. One is how to exit. So, what is the meaning of exit?
Sir, your voice is with full of disturbance. Sir. Now speak.
1 second. Hello.
Yeah, it's clear.
Good. I mean, my volume, I did not raise my volume. Right. Thank you very much. Oh, yes. So how to exit? So once you do a startup or run a business, how do you come out of the business? Or how do you take your business to the next step? So there are few pointers we would like to talk because the exit itself is a very complicated and um, that itself is a very important topic. So some other time we should do it because it needs almost 1 or 2 days how to exit. So we'll give just a compressed version of it. And how do you present your idea? Means we have discussed what is an idea, what is a design thinking, so many things. But how do you put them in a nutshell, in a slide PowerPoint presentation sort of thing, uh, so that it'll you know uh, impress the investor or a funder. So that is at the end of the day, however good you are, however good work you're doing, unless you are not able to impress someone, it's very difficult to get the funds. So that point we'll be talking about these 2 points, followed by Professor Nagbhushan Raju will join and he'll conclude the session. Now I'll invite Chandramouli, who is our staff, to give a pointers about your presentation, how it should look like. Because people have different formats and different things. Now I'm going to an investor. Say for example, there is an investor who is looking, he's keen to fund my company, and my company is an agriculture, but that investor is not an agriculture person. Now, how do I convince him? I cannot teach him about agriculture, types of agriculture, all those things. He'll have only 3 minutes. Shiv can tell me in 3 minutes, convince me whether I should put money in your company or not, or at least I should get impressed by your work. Then I can consider investing or not. I may take the call later, but definitely I'll keep this in mind. So to create that kind of impression, how do you do that? And here there is some guidelines from government itself. In fact, government has given certain guidelines how to present your pitch, right? So we keep on using this word pitch deck, pitch in. Basically pitch means to throw, right? In cricket, throw the ball and it falls in front of the batsman. So that's what you do. You throw your idea in front of the investor. Whether you want to take a six, or whether you want to duck, or whether you want to, take the wicket, it's again depends on the batsman, how he is going to play. But basically, pitch is how well you are going to bowl. Okay, how best you can bowl. So that's what pitching is all about. How we are going to impress the other guy. So here, Chandramouli, maybe you can explain about how many web slides or how to write each one, and followed by we have few examples we'll be sharing. Okay, and you can also download those. Over to you, Mauli.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the introduction. Even I thought of sharing the same example of a cricket pitch. So, pitch. So whether you are bowling to the batsman a length ball or a bouncer ball, so that is up to the investor cricketer. So who can make it a 6 or 4, or he may clean bowl also. Okay. So here the main intention of this session is to give you insights of so what actually a pitch deck is. Okay, what are the components of pitch deck and what makes an investor to see into your business and to make him to invest in your business. So most of the pitch decks and most of the decks what we present should be like they don't give a maximum of they don't give time like more than 3 minutes. So within the 3 minutes, so you have to present your product and your company. Okay, it's like selling your product, or it's like making them to make like put some money into your business. So these are few guidelines which we just cope up from Government of India and startupindia.com. So they have given certain guidelines. Okay, this is the initial pitch deck presentation guidelines. So because I'm just throwing this to you because most of you are faculty members and you have to guide your students to how to prepare pitch deck. Okay, so many students may come to you like telling that they have better idea and best idea and which I can make lot of money. So but when they went to the research and when they went to the pain points, identifying the pain points and the team selections and the other financial models or business models, there they may get some breaks. So that's why, so before they get into all these things, my suggestion is to ask them to prepare these pitch decks for their particular idea. So these are the guidelines which I would like to present to you. So where the initial pitch deck, this is, so most of the students will be good if they try to do this. Okay, so this pitch deck should contain from 12 to 15 slides, only covering only the important points. So like, so I will go through the points, what are the points they should contain. Okay, so at the preliminary stage, so most of the review committee, so or the investors, so are very keen to understand what is the real problem the team is solving and what is the opportunities they are looking for. So how strong their team is and how strong their business model is. So to take all these things, the team or the startup should have enough research on that. Okay, so the first slide of any pitch deck or the investor pitch deck, we usually call it as. So because we want to make money, we don't want the investors to sleep. That's why make the presentation very, very crisp, so that you are just throwing the direct points to the investors or to the audience. Okay, the first point should cover the name and the name of the company and the logo of the company and the contact details if you have any. Okay, so and describe what is the concept or product service that you want to elevate in this particular slide. So it is just like a one-liner about your concept or product or a service. Okay, so this is like a optional slide, so where you can put or you may not put. Don't waste much time in this slide. Okay, you just present. So what is your company and what are the contact details and URL? Just that's it, and just a one-liner of your product. So then next line is very, very important, where most of the investors look into it, because today this idea may work or not. Tomorrow you may face some other problem and you may get some solution to that problem which make you unicorn. For that, all you need is a wonderful team. So with good experience of startup ecosystem and how to get the investments, all these things, you need a powerful team to execute your startup idea. So that's why, so you have to elevate your team in such a way that your team is having an attitude of executing any problem that they will take. Okay, so first thing is you name your team members with their photographs, then the qualifications of their of your team members, and you should mention where they did it. Like some people did it in IIT, some people can did it in Cambridge University or Oxford University. So which they might have some startup ecosystem experiences while they study. So it will give more like confidence to the investors to put money into your product. Okay, so next you have to give a vast experience in a single line or max 2 lines. That's it. Okay, so where you have to take up to 15 seconds of time to explain this particular team slide. Okay, so that experience should cover, so how the employee or the role of the particular team member, so grown from after his education. Okay, so whether he is having any experience in the product development, or he is having any experience in marketing or any experience in sales. So like this, you have to elevate your team in such a way that, so your team covers all your product spectrum, like starting from designing to market. Okay, so if you have that particular team, so investor will get confidence to put money into your product. So
And
because, sir,
if you're, as you rightly said, if you're putting, your alumni, I mean, sorry, your where you did the education, like as you mentioned, no, IITs or somewhere.
yes, sir.
Many times it happens that your investor might be your some senior or in the same university, and it
Yes,
is
yes,
very easy to connect.
yes, correct.
Okay, you
There
can
might be
use
your
that. You
alumnus.
can leverage that.
Yes, I think the same experience was happened yesterday to you, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yeah. So, yes, madam.
So this is, you're saying that alumni and students and professors will help.
Yes.
What if uneducated people do a startup? Whom should they approach for this kind of a team help?
So we are here, like we incubators can help to them in building their team, and we can connect to them to the right mentors or industrialists, or even we can connect to them the correct team. So if they have any ideas or something, so which can be which can go to the market.
Now, will it be expensive for them, to get a team from the incubator?
I will explain to that. I think we can give the example of this Palles Srujana.
Palles
Srujana is one such organization which does this scouting and evangelizing innovations at village level. Okay, madam. So they go to village, like like how do they do this Pada Yatra? They do innovation yatra. I think there is Srujana Yatra, something. There is a name for that. Okay. They go village to village and collect the ideas. And they take the list of the ideas or the person who has done, and they publicize his or her idea in there. They have a magazine, okay, with that person's phone number, and wherever there is a scope for patenting, they also get them patented. That is an NGO in Hyderabad. This is run by, I think he's a brigadier. We know him very well. So these people are helping these villagers. See, these people will not go to investors, no, to make all these things. They go to any government or something. For them, the pitch deck is entirely little different, but same thing comes again. Here we are putting in English and very nice words, but there it's almost same, right? There is no cover slide, but you will tell some Ram Krishna Reddy, some Joseph, some name, and his phone number, which village he is, and what he has done. We have one person who has developed this electrical pole climbing chapels. Okay, you heard this many times. So that person, what he'll do, he'll only put a picture. That's all. Instead of in the cover slide, instead of one liner, he can simply put that chapel. That chapel will clearly tell what that product is. You don't need to explain also. I can show you that picture. That there is a photograph of that person climbing an electric pole using the chapel. So that itself is a one-liner. Photographs is more powerful than anything. So we can help, or even this Palles Srujana can help, or people like Rotary. Everybody can help in building this team. What team he has? He has only one team. He and his co-brother, who is a welder in his village. That's all. Right. And issue on pain point. Yes, what is a pain point? Means people are not able to climb the electrical pole very efficiently. They get injured, or sometimes they get electrocuted. So that is the pain point.
Okay.
Right. So anybody can help, especially youngsters. If they have somebody, they have to approach somebody to do that. So Palles Srujana is scouting for that. They go to villages and do this activity. We are here. If anybody brings to our notice, we can help them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, sir. Shall I continue? Yes,
please.
Yeah. So coming to the team, and one more important aspect we need to mention is the role of each person in your company. So whether he is a co-founder or CEO or founder, or a COO, you have to mention that. Also, you should mention the percentage of equity held by each team member. Okay, that is more important because the investor looks at the equity part, how much percentage does every founder or co-founder holds. Okay, so the third slide should contain, so what is the pain problem you are solving, and if there is already a solution, so or if there is already a product in the market for the same problem, so how the customers are seeing that particular solution. So if they are seeing that particular solution in a different way, so are you your solution to that particular problem is the correct way to reach the customers? That is what you need to explain in this particular solution. And the technology or the science, whatever the product, you should explain in this particular slide, which is like in a pie diagram or in any other graphical representation, it will be good. So don't write any pointers, because most of the investors don't look to the pointers. They don't want to read each and every line or paragraphs. Okay, so the next slide, it should contain the product or the technology overview of your product. Okay, so what is the uniqueness of the product or the service you are presenting there, that your company is providing to the customers? Okay, so don't mention all the technical details. Just mention or just give an overview of what is your product or solution or service. Okay, if you go in depth into the technical details, someone in the audience may capture it, or they may get into the market before you. Okay, so that's why don't go in deep to the technical details of your product. Okay, so the next slide should contain the business model, the total business model, how you are making money. So how you are making your problem into a business opportunity. Okay, so most of the people tries to explain it by using an Excel sheet. Okay, so this is not an Excel sheet kind of thing, but you should mention who will pay to your product, and whom are interested to seek your product or services. Okay, that you need to explain clearly. That we already discussed about business models earlier. So you just make all those pointers into like a pictorial representation, like concept kind of thing, and you represent in this particular slide. The next one is very, very important slide. It is size of market opportunity. Okay, so here you need to mention who is your target customers and whether they are ready to take your product or not. How many customers are there to take your product, and out of that, how much percentage of customers are compulsory taking your product. Like this will give an overview of the market size to the investors. And also you should mention who will buy your service at particular cost for a year. Okay, so and what is the and how this translates into a market potential of some amount per year again. So next you need to mention the projection of your market also for the next 2 years or 3 years. Okay, this is not about the plans of and you cannot like estimate the market. This is just, these are like just estimations how your plans will be in the future, like market size especially. Okay, so say for example, if you take COVID, from March itself, most of the markets have got down. Okay, so you cannot expect such type of crisis. So that's why you can like just project your size of the market for the upcoming years. Then you make it compact slide, not with much of information. Okay, next is traction of your company, still establishment of your idea. So what are the things you have done? That may be team selection, or that may be your prototype development, that may be your IP. So what you have done? So whether is there any earlier traction? So like have you done any like basic product and given to some customers for feedback? That is also some kind of traction to your company or the product. Okay, so include the photographs or videographs, whichever you have taken at your early stage of your product development or prototype development. Okay, those pictures will give good insights to the audience. Okay, so next is competitive landscape. This competitive landscape are the already existing solutions for your problem. Okay, say for example, I want to make a search engine. Well, in that case, so who are my competitors? My competitors are Yahoo, Google, all these are my competitors. But still, I want to go with some artificial intelligence and machine learning and data analytics based search engine. So these are my USP to reach the customers. Okay, so first you need to know the strength of your competitors. Okay, to whom you are currently facing in the market. Okay, and you should have a plan that how you are going to win that competitive battle. Okay, unless or until you don't have proper plan to go and fight with the established competitors, you don't get into the business. Okay, so the next one is, so how better you know your competitors? Make a comparison chart. And that comparison chart, so are very interested in such a way, you should make that very interested in such a way that the investors can look into it and they may see it like the opportunity to you guys, because the plan you made makes them to invest money into your product. Okay, so next one is more important one, financial projections and financial projections, the current projections and the upcoming projections. Okay, so make a summary of total your financial projections for the next 3 years, for the next years, just like a Excel sheet. So what you have seen in the business plan, so presented by Shivkiran sir. Okay, so there you have seen a financial projections of Azola and other mushroom things. Okay, so you just make it very, like, don't go in detail. Make a simple Excel sheet with little columns. Okay, with very less number of columns. So where you can give the overview of your financials, the current financials as well as the projections for the next 3 years. Okay, so next one is funding. This is where you are seeking your audience for the money. Okay, for fundings. Okay, so first you need to present how much money or how much investment you are looking for. The next thing is how you are going to use that funds, whether you are using that for working capital or for recurring capital. You should clearly mention in that slide. Okay, and also you should mention the proposed valuation of your company, the existing valuation. Okay, so which makes that investor, yes, this much is their valuation, so this much what we can put into their company. Say for example, they are putting like 20 lakhs into your company valuation is 10 lakhs. Okay, so and they will expect equity of like almost like 20%. Okay, so there are some formulas of this particular slide, so how they are expecting equities and how the people can ask for funds. There are few formulas. I think in depth, if we want to go, so there is a different subject for this. Okay, so at this point, like to the students and to the faculty members who are teaching this to the students, they don't need all these things. Okay, so if you want, like I will share the link. Okay, so after this session, so the next slide is equity structure and the fundraising history and who are the investors. Okay, so you need to make a cap table. We usually call it as capital table. So this gives a who are the current equity holders of your company. Okay, and how much everyone, how much all the equity holders have invested in your company. Okay, so also mention, so whether you have earlier investments from other agencies, so like year wise or quarter wise, you should mention. So you should mention the amount or the name of and the name of the investors. Okay, this gives, like, yes, already there are investors who have put money into this company. So even we can try some, we can give a try to this company also. Next one is exit options, which we are going to discuss in the upcoming session. Okay, these exit options, so how do you think the investor can exit? Not how you exit, the investor can exit. Who will buy their equity, or do you feel that this can be an IPO? Okay, because so if investor want to exit, who will buy their shares or who will buy their equity? So either already your team member can purchase that equity, or so any other investor is ready to take their equity. This is all the things you need to like give them a clear idea. Okay, so if you have an exit plans, please give an examples from your history. Okay, okay, so how you have done it with the earlier investors, the exit plans. Okay, so these are the slides you need to mention, this is like initial pitch deck presentation. So these 12 points you should keep in mind. I think for early stage startups, we don't need all these like exit options and current equity structure. The 11th and 12th slide, you can make it optional. And 10th slide, you should keep it because student should know how the investments, how they have to seek the fundings. Okay, so now I'm going to present the another slide, another file. You can see this is I'm sharing with you now. Pitch deck structure. Yes. Again, this is from Startup India. Okay, so this structure will give you this contains just 4 slides, and it will give more insights on how we have to train a student and what are the important points we need to keep in mind while writing or presenting a pitch deck. Please wait, I have a problem in scrolling this. Can you see the slides? Hello?
Yeah, we can see the slide. What you can do is you can a little, increase the.
Sir, now is this
Yeah, yeah.
is this fine? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So this is I got slides from Startup India Learning Program. So this is a sample pitch deck structure. So where most of the startups are looking for. Okay. So first, as we discussed in the earlier pitch deck guidelines, the first slide we should present is about the team. Okay. The left slide will give you, so what should we talk in this particular section, and the right side highlighters will give the main points or the things to keep in mind while presenting this particular section and writing this section. Okay, so about the team, coming to the team, so you should give the educational background, the professional experience, and what are the divisions of roles and responsibilities in your company, in the startup. Okay, so and if you have any advisors, like any advisor team you have or board of advisors you have, you have to present in the team section only, because they are also your team. Okay. And the things to keep in mind while writing a pitch deck is highlight the experiences of team members which is relevant to your business and which can elevate your startup business. Okay. So if a guy is having an experience of developing an application and your company product is also an application, like an Android application you're developing, you have to highlight that, because that gives a good impression to the investor that yes, your own team, like so the startup team itself is having the expertise, so they don't need to get the expertise from outside. So that may so they don't want to like tell their idea to other persons to execution. This particular security that investor can think of. Okay. The second point is talk about what specific skill set each team member brings to the table and how that will help him succeed in their role. Okay. This is also very important. Like, what are the skill set? Skill set is different and experience is different. Because say I am expertise in real-time embedded systems, and even I have like working experience of startup ecosystem. Okay. So my skill set, I have to explore the skill set of each and every team member, and you should mention it, how it is going to help the success of your product and the startup. Okay. Then you should mention how long the team has been working together, whether it is from the inception of the startup or before also you are already working together for some other product or some other company. Okay. So what is the bonding of your team member? You should also mention that one. Okay. So you can mention it like orally also. So not you don't need to write some pointers in this. You can mention about the team bonding and working experience with the team. Okay. Orally also. Okay. Next, the most important thing is you should remember that investors want to see a team which can work well together and succeed in this venture. Okay. They will only see that whatever the product you are elevating here, okay, the investor will see whether the team is fit to make this product, to develop this product and make the product to reach the market. This is the only intention of the investor to check about a team. The next one is problem and opportunity section. Here, as we discussed in the earlier file, okay, you should like mention whether it is a business opportunity or a consumer problem. Okay, because if it is a consumer problem and what is the market size, all those things you need to mention. The next point is what type of stakeholders feel this problem. That means what section of people and what section of citizens are facing this problem. You need to mention clearly, because that is what we usually call it as the customer segment. Okay. So are there currently any solutions in the market? If there are any solutions in the market, please mention that solutions also. Okay. So if there is no solution, well and good. Okay. If there are any solutions, mention that solution and make sure how you are differently approaching the market. Okay. So, or the customers or the consumers are already facing a problem by using the current solution. Okay. If they are facing any problems, then that is opportunity to you guys. Okay. Next one is how big is this opportunity in number of customers and potential revenue and market size, etc., etc. Okay. So all these things you need to mention in numbers. Okay. Approximate numbers, not exactly, the approximate numbers. Okay. So also you can mention the ranges from this number to this number. Okay. Next. So does your application or the product is having any geographical spread? Okay. Say for example, I want to make product only to Anantapur. That means my geographical location is very, very small. So where I have good customers in Anantapur only. Okay, so if I want to make a product only to India, so that is what the geographical location or the customers who is feeling the pain. Next is things to keep in mind about this particular section. Okay, focus on a single problem, because we are working with students. So we are trying to students learn how to write the pitch text. That's why we always tell them, focus on a single problem. Don't try to solve multiple problems simultaneously, because that may deviate students or any other team members from solving the main problem to the others. Okay, so get into the details of the problem, do good research on understanding the problem itself. As Albert Einstein said, so if you have 1 hour to save the world or the planet, okay, what you will do? So I will try to define the problem up to 59 minutes, then 1 minute I will solve the problem, because defining the problem itself gives you 80 to 90% of the solution. Okay, keep in mind that, so make your students to make good research on the problem. Okay, make them like give ambient time like 2 days or 3 days or 1 week, whatever the time. Okay, but the definition of the problem should be clear. Okay, then the third point we should keep in mind is we should understand the industry or customers. Okay, so understand the customers to whom you want to sell your product. Then, so keep it simple to understand and interesting. Keep it very, very simple, like your Nokia 1100 phone. So even a village person, like a rural village person, can use that phone, but the smartphone they cannot use. Okay, the only thing they know is the green button and the red button. They can use the Nokia 1100 phone. Okay, but they don't use because the smartphones are not simple to use. Okay, and simple to understand. Okay, that may be interesting, but they are not simple to understand. Okay, most important thing is be realistic about your market size. Okay, don't like over project your market size. Don't oversee your market size, because that may give you wrong assumptions on developing the volumes of your product. Okay,
90%
so
of the
these are
current,
the important points. So we need to keep in mind while designing this section, problem and opportunity. Then idea and value proposition. We should talk about the details of your idea and the product. Okay, how you have emerged this idea, and so what is the product for the existing, for the solution you are telling. Okay, so next is how your product is solving the problem. That also you need to mention. And the third one is differentiation. How your product is different than the ones currently in the market. I already told you. So mention a solution for your problem if it is already in existence in the market. Okay. Also, you should differentiate how your product is different than the ones currently in the market. The best example I can give for this differentiation is Flipkart. Okay. So when the Amazon, eBay and AliExpress are the big players in the market, the big players in the e-commerce market, Flipkart has stepped into the e-commerce platform and made success because of their unique selling proposition or unique point towards the customer. They made cash on delivery, and recently they have like come up with another model called debit card EMIs as well. Okay, so Flipkart is the one who thinks like how a customer will feel. Okay, that's why the reachability to the customer is very, very different in terms of Flipkart than in Amazon and other e-commerce platform. After that, Amazon and other e-commerce platform has come up with pay on delivery and debit card EMIs. Okay, so next, value proposition. You should give the value proposition. What is the value you are adding to the customer through your product or service. That you should mention, clear it, and highlight what are the key features of your product. Okay, which makes the customer feel better, okay, than the earlier solution, which is already in the market. Okay, so how will your product evolve in the future? This is what we call it as projections. Okay, projections of your product. So how you are updating your product. So in terms of features, in terms of design, in terms of specifications, everything you should give some kind of evolution, how your product should evolve. Okay, so while presenting this particular section, keep in mind that give a research on the competitive landscape. Give research of already existing competitors in the market, if there are any. Okay, so also talk about differentiators, just like I talk about the Amazon and the Flipkart. Okay, then provide, if you have product ready or prototype ready, okay, give demonstration of your product. Okay, it will give the confidence to the investors or the audience that you have already done work. Okay, or if you have any IPs on this, you present there also the file numbers or etc. etc. Okay, talk about the customer testimonials, like if you have any early traction, like if you have given this product to the customers, like for early traction, they have given some feedback on the customers on the product. Okay, so please give the customer testimonials to validate your idea. So how best your product is in the market. Through those testimonials only, the investors will come to know. Okay. Next is, you please open up to answer the questions from the investors. Don't disregard questions. Okay. So always welcome questions. Okay. Always welcome the negative comments on your product, because those negative comments and questions which will make you prosper, not the positive points. Okay. Next one is business model. The business model, yes, please give the monetization strategy, how you are going to make the money. Okay. So, and also the projections and various stakeholders involved in your business. So that may be suppliers, dealers, distributors, partners, okay, retailers, wholesalers, all the stakeholders. You please give, it's a kind of supply chain. Okay. So then what are the resources you are looking for to, and how you are going to use them? You have to give in this section. Also, what are the different channels you wish to deliver your product? So whether it is online or through retailers or wholesalers. Okay, through distributors. Then while presenting the business model, you should keep in mind, conduct a proper research about your business model and validate it. So more important thing is validation of your business model. Because say, for example, I have a product. Now I want to go to the market. Say I have two different channels. One is I can go through the distribution and the dealers, then wholesalers and retailers to the customers, then customers. I have another model where I can put directly into the e-commerce portal and I can sell my product. Okay. You please validate which one gives more customer reach out. Okay. You validate it before going to the market with full-fledged. Okay. So learn how the supply chain works, like from manufacturer to the distributor, distributor to the dealer, dealer to wholesaler, and the other retailers. How this works, you please, in terms of commissions or in terms of product quality or packages, whether they are tampering the packages or not. Ultimately, your product should reach to the customer how it was in the manufacturing unit. Okay. Please validate and work on these particular things. Okay. Next, have clarity on your revenue streams. How you are generating revenue. So either only through the product or you have investors. So all these things you should have clear clarity and you should present in the business model, or you are getting some loans or something. Okay. So all the revenue streams you should keep in mind. Okay.
Hello. Mauli, your voice is not heard.
Sir, hello.
Yes, yes.
Sir, so where I stopped it? Where it got stuck?
The last slide and the last point, I believe. The regarding channels, different channels you were talking.
Business model, right?
No, business model. What are the different channels you were know?
Yes. Okay, sir.
It's actually as done.
Please wait. I will
Mm.
change this. I will change my Wi-Fi point. Yeah. Sir,
Go ahead.
can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, so to explain in this section the business model, okay, the things to keep in mind, or the first point is research of make proper research on your business model and validate it. Validation is more important because how the product is reaching the customer. So what is the valuation you are getting into this? That is more important. Whether your product is going to the customer. So from manufacturer to the distributor to dealer, wholesaler, and retailer. Okay. So the next option you have is you can make your product to the market through some e-commerce portals also. Okay. So you make a good enough research on how you want to go and reach your customer. Okay. That makes like good points and focus of the investor towards your startup. Okay. The next one is make sure that you have good clarity on all your revenue streams, how you are making money and how you are making money in the upcoming years also. Okay. So whether it is only on the product or the services you are providing, or you have any other sources. Okay, you should have a good clarity on the revenue streams. Okay, and the most important point, the other one is, please give some models of your product. Okay, in terms of figures. Okay, so like say for some in terms of percentages or in terms of numbers or in terms of pie chart or any other graphs, where it can give a good sense to the investors and the audience. Okay. The next one is financial model. Okay. So here you should present what is the amount or what is the how much fund you are looking for. Okay. So you may looking for some 100 crores fund and the investor can give only 20 lakhs. No problem in that. You just project how much investment that you are looking for. Okay, and you should mention what are the costs involved and allocated to different heads. So for example, say for manufacturing and tools, I am allocating this much of money, and for distribution I am allocating this much of money, for marketing this much, sales this much. That you need to mention clearly in this particular slide. Okay, next you should give the revenue figures, current revenue figures and the projections for the next 3 years as well. Okay, next profit figures and the growth of your product. Okay, so how you are growing your product. So whether it is only you are doing only through one channel or you have multiple channels to grow your profit, that's a different thing. You should mention all the profit ways and you should mention the profit growth as well. Okay, the main important point is break-even point. So where your money reaches like the profit. Okay, so that is what the break-even point. Okay, next is, while presenting this particular slide, you should keep in mind is be realistic in your growth projections. Okay, don't over project your product growth. Okay, because that may give that may give you money at that point, but you have to repay that, like in terms of equity or some other thing. Okay, so at that point it will hurt you. Okay, so get into the details of various costs involved. Don't overlook any. Okay, so if you have any other costs where you need to put some money, you please mention the details of other costs also. We usually call it as miscellaneous costs. Okay, so have a overlook. Don't overlook any, like don't left anything. Okay, so present all the costs, so which are involved in your business. Okay, so if you have a CA in your team, that is well and good. If you don't have any CA in your team, then go and seek the help of the expert, the practitioner, CA practitioner, okay, to make your model good and perfect to pitch in front of the investor. Okay, next one is state your assumptions clearly for the projections. Okay, so whatever the assumptions you are putting into, okay, it should match the projections. If it is not going to match, then you are into the trouble. Okay, because the financial model itself gives how much money you want and how much money you are putting into the business and how much money you are making the profit. These three things you should mention clearly in the financial model. So if you are not going to present what your investment and what your amount you are putting into the business and the projections, then that is a big trouble. Okay, it should match at each and every stage. Okay, so no over assumptions in this model. Okay, in the financial model, just put actuals and the expectations. That's it. Okay, so these are the pitching pitch deck structure I want to present, and we have a few examples. So like Uber have made a pitch deck, and Tata's is having another pitch deck. I would like to invite Shiva sir to present the example pitch decks. Sir, over to Shiva sir.
Okay. Hello. Yeah, thank you, Molly. Thank you very much for that. You have given very detailed discussion about what should be there and what not should be there in the pitch decks presentation. So based on what you have explained, I will share some decks here already which have raised the funds. Okay, with their due permission from the this one. So this is one. Can you see this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. So this is one deck. I don't know how to make it full screen. Just give me a second. Right. So this is hydroponics is the one business model. Everybody knows that. And see the tagline, agriculture to end poverty. So the moment when you see the title, agriculture to end poverty, they are looking at sustainable business and alternative farming to the farmers. Okay, farming techniques. And she has got a website and details are there. This is from Kenya. I did not take this from any developed countries. I have taken from Kenya. So vision statement is clear. Of course, she has put too much, but it's fine. But you should simply put vision statement is very clearly, to end poverty through agriculture. So what is the problem? She has identified there could be many problems, but the problems have to be prioritized, and based on that only you can make solutions. One can have several problems in the industry, but where do you start is the question. So here, low quality feeds. So that is one thing. What Kenyan feed, their cows is more often below national standards. Forgive the spellings and grammatical, because this is a PDF. I did not do this. The inventor did this. So she's from Kenya. So English may not be that thing. So don't consider that. So it's the quality of the feed that is given to the cows is a very low quality, and it's a high cost unregulated feeds. This is a primary concern for the lower milk yields. Okay, farmers are producing an estimated of 1/3 of their potential. It means that if the farmer is investing 10 hours at a time, equivalent to like 500 rupees per day, he or she in Kenya is able to earn only 150 to 200 rupees. One is farmer's income, second is low quality feeds. These are the two challenges she could identify, and she is presenting her product here. So what she is doing? She sells barley fodder grown in greenhouses in smallholder dairy farms to replace current high cost and low quality feeds. So to replace high quality and also to provide alternative, income to the growers, she has introduced the product which is sorghum, barley fodder. So what are the unique features? Natural organic product, more palatable for the cows, high levels of nutrients and proteins, results in higher milk production. See, when you're talking about what is your product features, this is the product features. These are the outcomes that comes out from your product. It is more easy for the cow to eat, and which is organic. She's not going to spray any pesticide fertilizers because it is an indoor activity, right? Then what is the market potential? Now, see, here it is 1.8 million. A number of small holder farmers with 2 to 3 cows in Kenya in 2008, with a population growth at annually 2.7%. This number is going to increase. Okay, and 80% of the milk produced by the small smallholder farmers, and 70% of the milk, estimated percentage of milk production, that is represented by informal market. Okay, that is in small farmers. And 5% of the GDP is represented by the milk production. So 5% of GDP means very huge volume, for Kenya, right? So 1.2 billion US dollars is the purchasing power for feeds annually. Means that is the market you are expecting, 1.2 billion dollars annually in Kenya alone. Then East Africa and beyond. So with Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, apart from Eastern African communities with Kenya, transferring Lisha's scalable business, right? So, and it is a minimum barriers to enter. So this is a potential what she is looking at. So that is the numbers. Numbers should speak. Now here, what is attraction? Right? We have proven that we are able to build an affordable system that has a payback less than 2 years. What is a payback? Payback means whatever amount of investment you have put, it has to come back within 2 years. Okay, return on investment. That's what payback means. Impact. We have proven that the fodder increases smallholder milk yields and reduces their cost. It's not just you claim and you make stories. You have to show to the farmer how it works. Really, the milk yield is going to increase or not. So they have proven. So they have the trust of their customer, loyalty of their customer. Then market. We have proven that the business people are willing to buy the product and use it on daily basis, paying monthly. So it is, they are showing there is a market to the investor. It's not simply they are saying there is a market. They have proven that the market is available and people are buying. Then distribution. So they have got central locations where farmers will come and pick up the material. So they have got established distribution model. And yields. So we are working to get yields of 6 kilograms of fodder from 1 kilogram of seed. We have achieved 90% of this, but not consistently. So that is the reason this tick mark is in orange color, right? So these are the activities they have done. The traction means track record or milestones, what do you call? And currently they are in this slide. Okay. So, and impact example. So you can also put like this, 90% increase in profit. That is a, every year 90% profit is increased. Then what is the business model they have? First, they have got a product. This is a whole process. Business model. See, finance is a part of a business model. Okay, it's not I'm not completely about that. Business model is how are you operating it, your business. How are you growing it? How are you packing it? Who is doing it? When they are doing it? Where are they going to sell? All those things. See, product. They're talking about product here. Our fodder is grown on an off-grid system where barley seeds are germinated, planted, and grown for 9 days. We continue to own and operate the systems where while farmers buy the fodder in amounts based on their needs. Okay, giving our system less than 2 years payback rate. Sales. By operating at low cost environment, we are able to sell more nutritious product less than 0.15 US dollars a kilogram versus 0.3 to 0.45 US dollars a kilogram for other concentrate. Okay, so we are selling to small farmers. Distribution. So greenhouses are based close to the farmers, reducing last mile distribution. Fodder is picked up at the greenhouse or at drop points nearby surrounding areas such as dairy collection centers. So this does not add any cost to the farmer and does not change what they need to do in a daily life. See, that is very important when you're introducing a technology or a work or a execution or a business model. It should not increase a additional time, or it should not add another activity to a farmer. See, most of the technologies in the country which has not reached farmers, you have seen YouTube here and there, but they're so good. Why farmers are not using means because either it will add additional cost to the farmer or it will add additional activity. See, farmer cannot do additional activity. Already so many activities will be there. Not only farmer, for anyone. If you give me additional activity to do in a given day, why would I do it? In fact, the apps, so what is the meaning of a machine? A machine should reduce the activity for me. It should take over my activity. I cannot, add activity for myself. So same way here also. So that's how distribution works, very important. Marketing. So we are creating a ripple effect in nearby communities by word of mouth. So here the key is word of mouth. Okay. Then technology. What is the technology they are using? We are developing a fully off-grid, low-cost hydroponic system. Hydroponic system itself is a technology. Okay. As we scale, we will incorporate. So they are planning to incorporate remote monitoring, automation, data collection. So using a computer. So that's the technology. And here, competitive advantage. We are the only hydroponic company in Kenya that sells barley fodder. That is a uniqueness. You are the first come, early bird gets the worm, they say, and of course, early rat gets the bait also. So first one who gets the advantage and first one who gets the maximum risk, right? And innovation and quality. These are the 3 points that will, highlight, elevate them from the other guys in the market. Okay. So this is what the timeline implementation again. Okay. So they started in January. Now they're in, 2020. Okay. So there are the projections they have put it. Okay. And if you see here, there is something called exits. So what is this exit? Being bought out by large conglomerate. So many big companies are ready to collaborate with them and buy their company. Okay. Or another option is merging with other service or rural distribution company. You would have seen a lot of mergings happen. Myntra was an independent company. Flipkart bought Myntra. Okay. It merged into Flipkart. Right, and Flipkart totally merged into Walmart. So this is called merging or acquisition, right? So that's what you can do. That is called exit. And another impact here, if you see here, that is called ecological impact. This impact statement you can write. One greenhouse selling 70 kgs to 7 customers, and 20,000 USD, to produce 2,000 kgs. So it's just they need only $20,000 US to set up a greenhouse to produce 2,000 means 2 tons of fodder every day. And what is the social and environmental impact? So social impact, increase in yield. So milk when the milk yield increases from 12% and to 25%, which means that gross profit to the farmer is more. Means farmer is more empowered in terms of monetary benefits with the same cow, right? And second is reduced cost. Okay. And in Kenya, as the women are the primary owners of the cows, extra income will feed the socio-economic benefits like school fee, health insurance, like that. So this is how social impact happens. And environmental impact. Okay, amount of carbon produced from 1 kilogram of dairy meal. We have no industrial process and operate off-grid, resulting in our product having a very low, embodied energy. It means that, what I understand from this is their process will involve less CO2, emissions, right? That is good. And the team. So there is an American expert who has got 4 years of experience, and he's a managing director. He is an Indian guy. He's an investor. Actually, he's Neeraj Waria. Okay, he's an Indian who is staying in Kenya, who has invested, Indian investor. And here we have a technology director of technology. He's a Canadian, and she is a director of operations, Canadian. Okay, and this is an organization. They have also tied up with an organization called Engineers Without Borders. Okay, So this is, if you see the team, how powerful is the team here? Here, this is a guy who has got experience in smallhold farming business. This guy is the one who has invested money, and he is the guy who is talking about technology. And there is a lady who is working on operations. And there is an R&D, or there is a organization where you can back, which backs you. You know, there are like engineers, so they can help them in building the company. So this is how you make the pitch deck. Okay. Now I'm going to share another slide. And I will show you something from Indian, okay. You're able to see this aquaponics systems by Grow Aquaponics. Okay. Now I think you're able to see, right? Okay. So why aquaponics? So problem, they have given very elaborated problem. Okay. Aquaponics is a a technology of growing fishes along with vegetables in a hydroponic system. Okay, hydroponics means soilless farming. In aquaponics, what happens? The plants are grown with the water that is where fishes are cultivated. So when fish eat food, they eliminate waste. That waste becomes fertilizer to the plants. Okay, so it's a circular. So fish eat something and it eliminate waste, fecal matter. That is a fertilizer to the plants. And you extract fruits, vegetables from the plants and sell it in the market. Okay. So because the seafood, unhygienic breeding of fishes is one important problem, and the water that is used to cultivate fish in natural water bodies contain a lot of pesticides and so pollutants and so many things. So they wanted to provide fishes which are grown inside with a sustainable way. Okay, that is their problem. Okay, the solution for the problem is we grow food in aquaponic. Plants also you get for vegetarian people, fish you will get it for non-veg people. So both can be grown in a controlled conditions where you don't use pesticides, right? So what is the benefit of aquaponics? Why is this technology? All these things it is there. Okay, same thing. They are given some technical things. So these are some of their products. They have grown. Okay, product display. So they have listed koi carp, tilapia, common carp, grass carp, katla, rohu, panga, many things. And these are the vegetables they have grown in their farm. Okay, there are flowers, there are vegetables, there are leaves. Okay, and some fruits here, strawberries they have grown. So these are some projects they have executed. We told about traction, right? So traction can be shown in this way also. You just have to put photographs and explain. They have installed such a facility in Coorg, 2 places, Pondicherry, in Philippines, and some other things are there. No, in Lakshadweep, Bangalore, Coorg, Karnataka. So this is traction. These are again another one. Okay. So this is a project, okay, and what are the clients? So they have already, implemented this project in different places. Now, what is that they are going to offer other than the building things? Here it is, okay. These are product specifications, again, modules and estimations. So this is revenue and ROI. When you put this much money, what is the return of investment? Okay. So this is one way of doing it. Okay. And I will show you one more presentation where they're seeking money for their, project. I believe you can see this. This is an education and related startup. Okay. It is called 3H Catalyst. Okay. This particular presentation, they are doing it to raise investment. Okay. So this is a business plan they have. First itself, they are starting with a business plan. Okay. So what are all the services they're doing? schools, individual students, training teachers, and the learning and learning platform and managing system, LMS, learning management system. That's what they're planning to do it. And our focus is on, their focus is on learning and development. Okay, in learning what will happen, in development what will happen. So these are the things they want to do it. Then what they had until now is again traction. Government of Pondicherry, Government of Karnataka, Dayanand Sagar College, they have done. What they have done? They have done quantitative aptitude, English and logical reasoning. These courses they have done. Okay. Then what are they offering? These are product, bunch of products they have. Vedic mathematics, high school tutoring, summer courses, bhajan music training, art and craft, Indian culture, language and communication. These are the different products this company is offering. Okay. Why should somebody be engaged with this particular company? Because they have got expertise, they have got experience, they are agile, and they believe in collaboration. So, and they, of course, when they explain this slide, they would be definitely explaining in more details. Okay. So this is the team. So Vinod Karthik is there. So you see below his credentials, see Lalita Ganesh or this Harish Venkatraman, whoever they are, they're all having different portfolios and experiences. So this will give a strong elevation for their company. And advisors, if you see their advisor, there is a person from ISRO, there is a person from IIT, there is a person from Kirloskar. So this means that this company is trustable, this company has a more value. Now, experience, they have got experience with different industries, public sector, banks, all those things. Now, when it comes to this slide, this slide was not available in the previous presentations I have shown. What they are trying to ask? They're trying to ask totally 53 lakhs investment. And in that 53 lakhs, 20 lakhs, they want to spend on platform development and infrastructure, 18 lakhs on the support team, and 15 lakhs on the sales and marketing. Okay. But nobody will tell you how much are they're ready to give away their share or give away their equity in the slides. So they normally talk directly to person normal. Okay. So if they're asking 53 lakhs, they may give away 15% share of their company, like that. Okay. So this is how you create pitch decks, and I have few other pitch decks. It's like you can see. Just I'll run through, and we will share. So this is a pitch deck prepared by Ratan Tata himself and shared with the Indian community. So okay. So what is a pitch deck? Again, same thing Mowgli has explained. I am explaining, so I will not go into details. Okay. A basic template, what it should contain: problem, solution, unique selling propositions, which means that why should I buy? Simple is why should I buy? Okay. What is that going to add to me? That's the thing. Competition and barriers to entry. Who are all your competitors and what are the problems that you are not able to enter? Revenue model. So again, he talks about same thing. Subscription, direct sales, ad based. What is that you are going to do? On 3 to 5 years projections. Okay. Target market. When you target market, you see here granular profiling of your customer. Granular profiling means customer to customer, you have to profile them like geography, age, gender, purchase habits, personal traits, whether they are a low income group, high income group, middle income group, or coastal region, or plateau region, or Karnataka, Andhra. So these are all how you can categorize your product, market. Then your product and service. Try to explain in layman terms. So what does it mean? Anybody who sees your presentation, they should understand. They don't need a presenter. Milestones. Now, another name for milestones is traction. Same thing. Whether you have got prototype ready, patent ready, pilots are done, what you ordered, or somebody has given you money, funding so far. Okay. Till now, how much funding you have got? Funding does not mean only bank or some investor. Even if you put 10 rupees from your pocket, that is a funding. Okay. And the team. So mention about the team. Okay. And why these people are involved in your team, right? Then last you can add many things like, he's talking about validate a very possible slide with data. Numbers don't lie. So you have to get the data from a press note or research paper or some NASCOM, some government documents like that. Okay. So it is usually not a great idea because you think so, but because your target market said so. So who will decide your product is good? It is the market, or it is your customer, not you. Just because you made it does not mean it is good. Okay, never ever assume that because I am putting a lot of hard work, so it has to be good. Not necessarily. If your customer does not want, it's your product is as good as bad. Okay, okay, and do not be afraid to recognize that it won't work and change direction or drop it completely. Okay, the right idea might be the next one. So don't, and you also tell your people or your students that they should not emotionally get attached to ideas. Okay, many times ideas may not work for the simple reason some ideas are not scalable or not implementable. Okay, and another point you see here, getting funded funds does not mean success. Okay, pitch less like a presentation, more like a story. So this is what Ratan Tata has to advise to people. So this presentation you will get it online. Just to give Ratan Tata, Ratan Tata presentation or Ratan Tata pitch deck, you will get it. Okay. So that's what about pitch decks. Are what difference between elevator pitch, startup pitch, and investment pitch. Okay. That you know if you want a full-fledged discussion about any of these pitch decks and exit plans, it needs like 1 or 2 days. If somebody is interested, we can take an exclusive session with experts on that. So with that note, I'll close, and all these presentations we are anyway sharing with you. So, you are welcome to use it at your leisure. And I will also share one pitch deck in the form of, it's not a pitch deck, it's basically an elevator pitch, which is less than 2 minutes. We made it into video, one of our startup. I will. So can you see, you are able to see my slide screen?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. There's just 2 minutes. I will, if you want to finish it.
Sir, also we can show a video from Walt. From
Walt,
the Walt
huh?
pitch,
We can show. We can
the
show.
Chattarpatar roadside street food branding, how they did it and how they pitch in front of investors. We can show that also. I have that
Yes.
video. If you give permission, I will show that.
But already Raju sir is there.
Yes.
Finish
Sir,
up.
I think we can take 10 minutes of break, then we can start, I think.
Just I will show this video and we'll close it off. This is
Yes.
just 2 minutes, no? So that this whole section will be completed.
Okay, sir.
Give me just a minute. How to share, yeah? Okay. I think I should be able to do this time. Not able to share the video. Why is that?
Sir,
I'm not able to share the video.
sir, you play using VLC Media Player if you have.
Acha.
Don't use Windows Media Player.
Acha,
Even I
okay.
tried in the morning. I'm unable to share using the Windows Media Player.
Acha. Okay. Let me check this. Yes, I think it's correct. VLC is now you're able to see, right?
Yes, we can see.
In fact, we added a little music to this. So this is what no, this way also one can do. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to do in some the ways we have shown. But if you can cover those aspects, 8 to 9 aspects like USP, pain points, market, financials, team, in whichever order you would feel like or what are the investor is interested in, that should be workable. Okay. That is the beauty of entrepreneurship. There is no, no thumb rule here. Every rule is a thumb rule here. So whatever works best for you, you can do that, right? Okay, I think we have taken sufficient time today in the first session itself. So we'll take a 10 minutes break and quickly come back for the